Did I miss a trail?
I think you need to go up the walk.
Hey guys, you're watching Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host, Kyle Brotherson. From time to time, people ask me if I'm always riding alone, because so much of the footage that they see is me riding alone. And, you know, part of that is just because a lot of the time I'm up in the front. I don't ride alone all the time. I do ride alone a fair amount, and that's because my schedule doesn't always match up with everyone else's schedule. And to be frank, if I didn't ride alone, I wouldn't ride a whole lot. I can only ride once every week in the summer, and a lot of times it's even once every 2 weeks in the summer, sometimes once every 3 weeks, just because I'm a busy man. I've got a wife and kids, and I've got a full-time job, and you know, I don't ride as much as I want to. Averaged out over the year, I probably only ride once every 3 weeks when you average out, you know, the wintertime and everything. So sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But people often say, well, are you always riding alone? The answer is no. This is, you know, a perfect example of no, I don't always ride alone, but sometimes I do. And some of the time when you see the footage and it looks like I'm alone, that's just because I'm not showing the camera on every other person out there. So anyway, these are just some fun rides to do, and I hope you guys enjoy the riding footage here. This was sort of the second day on a multi-day trip that we did in southern Utah, and so it was kind of fun because it was quite technical this day, and we'd kind of worn out our legs the day before, and then we got to slow down a little bit and do some more technical slow riding here, which was a ton of fun. This ride actually took place back in January, and it's just taken me this long to kind of get to it. I've got so much footage. I try to shoot footage each time I go out, and it's hard to get all the content out. And then there's other stuff that I want to put out for you guys. So sometimes some of this stuff gets kind of behind in the backlog. But we did have a ton of fun here. Riding on the edge of this cliff was awesome. Some of the time the GoPro cameras make it look like it's flattened, and then other times it makes it look like it's, you know, you're closer to the edge than it is. My wife will watch some of this stuff, and she gets super nervous, and she's just thinking that, you know, we are right on the edge and we're just about ready to die. It's probably not quite that gnarly, you know. So it's funny what the camera will do, because sometimes it makes it seem like things are super, like this part right here, that was like a straight down drop, like 4 feet. It didn't look like that. It doesn't look like that on the GoPro, but in reality, it was like you could, if you weren't careful, you could go over the bars on that. So Colby did a good job ahead of me here. He was on this KX 450. I think it's a 2016 KX 450, and although that bike is more suited on a motocross track, he did a good job out here in the technical stuff, just kind of navigating through this. And we had a good trip. It was a lot of fun. That right there is the perfect example of what I constantly try to tell people, that 4-strokes are a little bit harder to keep running than a 2-stroke. Colby on that bike has a lot more experience than I do. He's been riding bikes for a long time, and he's a good rider. And every once in a while, just on a little tricky little thing like that, you can easily stall the bike if you're not completely on top of things with your clutch control. And the 2-strokes just stay running a little bit easier. So the proof is in the pudding. I mean, it's a little bit of a struggle to ride a 454 stroke out in this kind of stuff.
You didn't want to go up that.
Well, I said,
This is one of those instances where the camera really does show it. We really were riding right on the edge of some pretty steep cliffs right there, and you just kind of had to be on your toes and keep your bike running, and it was a ton of fun.
Sweet.
If you listen closely, you can hear me breathing hard. I'm in good shape. I've been doing cardio now for the last number of months. I mean, I've been doing it for over a year. Cardio 3 times a week, and so I'm not in bad shape, but we were just working up and down and left and right on the bike, and standing up and sitting and pushing this way and pulling that way, and it really gets your heart rate up. I mean, heart rate is up around, you know, the 140, 150 a lot of times when we're out there, and sometimes even it could be even higher for sustained periods. So, you know, dirt biking like this can be a pretty significant workout.
Oh yeah. Come on. Up on those pegs. This is a good day. Whoa! About ate it into that shale rock. Come on, 300. Lug it. What do we think? I can hear Scott burning off. Third gear. Oh, second gear. First gear. Yeah, that's some tight stuff back there. That's for show.